We have gathered here, we have invited people from the 19 northern states, cut across religious leaders, traditional leaders, civil society activists, retired security officers. This morning we have 2 generals here with us. We have retired AIGs, 2 of them here with us. And as you can see, our religious leaders are also here with us. The gathering is specifically to address the insecurity in the north. We have decided to give the whole day to sit down and discuss and review the security situation in the north in order to complement the government effort of what they are doing. But unfortunately, as you can witness, before we even have started the event, some hoodlums came in with their machetes and all other weapons that we don't even see, attacking people. Some people had to go through the windows to escape. So we are very, very confused about what actually transpired. But alhamdulillah, we have seen some known faces. We are going to take this up. And I want to assure the public, this noble objective we have of reviewing the security situation of northern Nigeria, where our people are being killed on daily basis. As you know, as we are talking just 2 days ago, about 400 students were kidnapped in Katsina State. We cannot fold our arms and let things continue going like this. Whoever is behind this attack is an enemy of the north, is an enemy of Nigeria. And I want to assure the public that this will not deter us. Even as for today, we are going to have another place that we are going to conduct our meeting, we are going to invite our guests, and definitely we are going to come up with what we have intended to do. What we have intended to do is how do we complement the government and bring up synergy and a security outfit that is multisectoral, where all people will come in and have what we intend to call Arewa Security Marshal.
It is unfortunate that we could be eyewitness to what happened in Arewa House today, this morning, whereby we team up as brothers in brotherhood to come and sit down, discuss, analyze the situation in northern Nigeria, see where we are lacking, whether physically or spiritually, whether security-wise, socially or economically or politically, in order to save the situation that we are battling in northern Nigeria, most especially issue of insecurity, where there's incessant killings of innocent souls, deserting villages, sending people packing from their villages. Farmers are suffering one way or the other, herdsmen and whatsoever. Things are getting out of control, and we discover that we have no other choice and other thing than to do to come and contribute our quota to see that not only northern Nigeria should be united peacefully, but Nigeria at large. But when these loopholes came today, I couldn't believe that in the heart of Kaduna, and most especially in Arewa House, where we are proud that this is our house, our sons come with sword, machete, and other dangerous weapon to destroy human life for whatsoever reason, we don't know, but our concern northern Nigeria remains. And we are not changing our button. We will continue the race until we see northern Nigeria is secured in a way that we know it. We live peacefully, understanding ourselves, practice our religion peacefully, whether you are a Muslim or a Christian, whether you are a pagan or whatever religion you belong to. We must honor you. We must honor human dignity. We must do everything to see the sanctity of life in northern Nigeria. Northern Nigeria is bleeding beyond what we can imagine. The most peaceful area in the whole Nigeria was northern Nigeria. And precisely, Northwest has been the most peaceful area in northern Nigeria, but it's bleeding beyond healing. Therefore, we want healing in northern Nigeria, and we are calling on religious leaders. They should work away from the Islamic perspective or from the Christian perspective. We should wake up from our slumber and do the right thing.